Now, Russia and Iran are moving forward with a factory that could, according to the Wall Street Journal, produce at least 6,000 of these drones for the war. For some insight, we're joined by retired Air Force Lieutenant General Richard Newton. General Newton, thank you for being here. Both Russia and Iran becoming more globally isolated as they strengthen their relationship. Of course, they're also two adversaries of our country. What are the biggest threats from this collusion?
Well, it's significant. And good afternoon, Nicole. Think of it this way. Russia has the largest strategic nuclear arsenal in the world. They have almost nearly 6,000 nuclear warheads. Iran is the largest exporter of state terrorism. So right there, that statement right there is significant, obviously, for not only the Ukraine conflict, but also, frankly, for stability around the world. But the fact that Russia is now relying on Ukraine and has since September, they've been using those drones, the suicide drones called the Shahed 136 since the second week of September. And they've used about 650 of those drones. They've purchased to date around 1,700, but several hundred, my sources tell me, are en route to Russia as we speak. But this notion or this idea or now this plan of Iran building a Shahed 136 or a drone plant inside of Russia, production facility, is significant. There was a trip by a high-level delegation of Iranian leaders back in early January that, again, my sources tell me has now laid the foundation for this production facility. And so this could be a game changer as Russia is now trying to get ready for a spring offensive. But this long war of attrition, the fact that Iran is now able to supply Russia with drones and maybe surface-to-surface missiles later on can enable Russia to stay in the fight much longer than perhaps we had anticipated.
General, how could thousands of these drones potentially impact the war? I mean, you say it's a game changer, and we only have about 30 seconds left.
It would be significant because the fact that it's very difficult to defend against these drones are used as terror weapons, but they've been going against the Ukrainian power grid, which has really enabled the Russians to try to keep the lights off in Ukraine. So it is significant. It can also keep Ukraine on its heels, not only in terms of not knowing how or where to defend against these swarm of drones, but the fact that the supply chain will open up. The production supply will then be fed into Russia's capabilities for not only the next several weeks, but perhaps the several months. Mm-hmm. That's the significant part right here. Yeah,
certainly very scary there. As always, General Newton, sorry to cut you off there, but we certainly appreciate your time and your expertise. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole.